Hey, welcome back to Cards and Comics. I got a special mail day. I haven't opened up cards here in a little while. And we'll go through. I've been buying, uh, you know, big and small cards, a lot of collection cards. Trying to put some of my, some of my collection together for you guys. Let you see a little bit more of some Clementes I've got there. So these are all part of my base Clemente set that I have on the PSA registry. My 56, 57, 62, 64 stand-up, and 71. All in a PSA 8. Alright, first up, we've got a 2016 Adrian Houser. Yeah, this card is cool. I mean, he's a pretty good pitcher, but he's from my hometown, and I went to school with a lot of his family. I played sports with some of his family, cousins, and uncles, and just a lot of his family went to my high school in Locust Grove, and it's cool to see him up and playing so well. Got 7 innings of the day, Pirates beat him, but hey, he 7 innings, 4 runs. I mean, he's a good pitcher. He's got some pretty nasty stuff, and I think it's great to see him as a mainstay in the lineup now. So I've been collecting his cards. I have his complete rainbow of his Bowman rookie, so that's kind of my claim to fame, I guess, with Adrian Houser. I have the Refractor from, I believe it's 2010, 2011 Bowman. It's been a long time since I looked at those cards. They're in my my PC stash, along with a bunch of other Pirates cards and things like that. And I haven't really looked at them in a long time. So, another prospect, George Kirby. I just think I've read some good scouting reports, and I really think this guy is going to come up and do something. It's a pitcher. Obviously, there's a lot of hate for pitcher prospects, but I think he's going to be pretty good. And, yep. So, got it. I mean, $2 for an auto. I mean, I just saw it scroll through, and I grabbed it. We'll see. Kind of one of those, like, hey, if I find a couple cheap autos of the guy, I'll get them. Just to have them, just in case. All right. Next up, I think this is a potential, based on, yeah. So this is an interesting card. Deshaun Watson, got an optic 8.5. It's centered fairly well, so I don't know if it's something that, could I get a 9 on it, to PSA? I don't know. I just saw it. It didn't sell for very much. Obviously, the 8.5 grade really hurt it, but, I have some success flipping, regrading cards, and we'll see. Might be a potential. We'll see. All right, my first box. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this card. It's got a protector on it, so that's great. Obviously. But here we go. I got it out of the holder. It is a 1999 Finest Griffey Gold. And these bad boys are numbered out of 100. So, I know if you've watched my Griffey top 100 card or top 10 cards, this was not on it because I just got it, and this is my second Griffey that I probably will now add to that top 100 list, or top 10 list. Sorry, I keep saying 100, but my top 10 list. I got the Fleur Ultra Platinum again out of 100, and I got this Griffey Finest Gold. It's got the protector on it, so even if a lot of times that protector does get a little cloudy or scratched up a little bit, but the great thing about it is obviously the card underneath is going to be much better shape. I don't see anything on this card that looks damaged or not part of what it should be. So really excited to have that. It's obviously a huge card for me and my PC, so that gets its own little spot there. Mr. Griffey. Move things down a little bit. Get out of the glare. Pick up here. Just so I can see him as I'm looking. That obviously is probably going to be one of my bigger cards today. All right, next up, another big box. Envelopes inside of envelopes. And yeah, this isn't really a card. Yeah, I got this for my daughter. She collects these, and I think they're cool. I don't know if you've ever seen these, but the bombshells from DC. Yeah, she collects these. This one's been opened. I think it's Zatanna. Yep. She needs this one for her set, so got it for her, so I'll give it to her in the morning. Yeah, so that wasn't part of my normal collection, but you see stuff sometimes and you grab it. Just trying to have a fun time with the kids. I like to teach them, get them collecting a little bit. I think collecting helps, having a hobby, having something else to do besides watching YouTube or TikTok videos would be great when they're trying to have fun with their friends. Here is a 1997 Derek Jeter Rookie Sensations PSA 9. I think Jeter inserts are going to go up, so I've been just grabbing them when they come up, and they're fairly reasonable in price. Again, it is what it is. It's not a huge card today, but as you saw with Jordan and how Griffey's inserts have really taken off, I think I don't think it's going to be a shock if we see Jeter be the next one of these guys who really take off. And they're already expensive, but they haven't hit the Griffey or Jordan pricing yet, so I think he's a couple of tiers down. So here's a cool card. It's a 2014 Heritage Mike Trout. This is the action variation, which I don't have. It's only an 8, but again, I just like the card. It's a rare Trout I don't have, so I really want the 13 action. I had it at one point. I got it fairly cheap, and I ended up selling it as I was doing some other cards. And I actually, this is no lie, I traded that card straight up for a so that Mike Trout action card for a raw chrome LeBron James rookie card. So the action 2013, so not that year, but the 64 tops looking card, the action card of Mike Trout straight up for an 03 Bowman or Topps Chrome. It was Topps Chrome LeBron James, which I then sold, and bought other cards. So yeah, long story short is I just kept everything and never sold anything. I'd be much better off as a collector, but how things go. You buy, you sell, you collect, you move on. 1998 Leaf Rookies and Stars, Ken Griffey Jr. Standing Ovation. Card is numbered out of 5,000. It's 9. It's a cool Griffey insert. So Griffey insert number 2 for the day. So we got 1 Trout, 1 Jeter, 2 Griffies. Alright, next up. So I'm digging through all this. We've got our first finish card of a few. It's a 73 tops Harmon Killebrew. I almost have virtually the entire 73 tops set in terms of vintage players. I call like the vintage, the Hall of Famers. What I typically do with, and as you'll see in a lot of videos, or when I start, showing you some of my collection, you'll see that a lot of times I just get all the Hall of Famers of a set, and then at some point I might just go and get all the commons that bulk lot and just finish the set, or I may not, you know. But I'll get a year going that I like, you know, and I'll just get a bunch of the Hall of Famers. I'll kind of concentrate on, you know, like 62 is a focus for me right now. I've been just, you know, anytime I get a chance to pick up a 62 Hall of Famer, I do. Because I just think the 62 Topps cards are so hard to grade. And, I mean, if you look at that whole set, 62 Topps, virtually almost every major Hall of Famer in that set is one of its most expensive cards from the 60s. I mean, you got the, you know, Koufax, Clemente, Mays, even non-Hall of Famers like Roger Maris, Mantle. I mean, they're just some of the most expensive cards they have from that era. All right, Heroes out of Prestige this year. So these are cool. They're comic booky, you know. I think these are not terribly hard to get, but they're harder than normal. I think maybe every couple boxes these come out. And, you know, it's a cool Mahomes, you know, insert. I think, you know, these kind of inserts like this for these stars like Mahomes, just like the Jeter and Griffey's, you know, they'll keep going up in value. So, my first football, I'll put him over here. So, first football. You see, I don't collect a ton of football in the sense of I open it. I do open some boxes of football, but I don't collect a lot of players in football. Whereas I do a lot of player collecting in baseball and football. It's really Mahomes and a few other, I mean, maybe some Steelers, but not a lot. I mean, it's just in football, you know, outside of quarterbacks, you can't really collect much in terms of just for value perspective, you know, hoping it holds up. Okay, well, I opened a box of this. Hopefully you watched that video. I didn't pull this card, so I went up and I like the set so much I ended up buying it. It's the Clout9 Griffey Refractor. I believe these were one every 3 boxes, so you get one of these refractors. And so obviously, you know, in a set this size, you know, getting the Griffey himself is pretty hard. They're not worth a ton, but again, you know, it's a cool Griffey insert, and it's from, you know, a time where, you know, he still played for the Seattle, and it's a chrome card. Yeah, so, or, yeah, it's a refractor, so it's a cool card. I really dig all refractors of Griffey from the 90s. All right, onwards and upwards. Next up. All right. Okay. Here is something I picked up just because it was so cheap. It's a Spud Webb auto. I mean, it was $4. I just remember that guy. You know, I just really like the card. And, you know, Spud Webb. Hey, come on. You can't. What are you going to lose? On a $4 investment. And just kind of a, you know, as a kid, he was just cool to watch in the dunk contest. You know, sometimes you just get cards that are cool. It's kind of like when I get Bo Jackson cards. You know, I'm not a Bo Jackson collector, but, you know, anytime I get a chance to get some of those cool Bo Jackson, you know, like the Bo Breaker cards and stuff like that, I will if they're cheap. Here's just, you know, a card from a set. I love all the chirography autos from 99, 98, you know, 2000, 2001, you know. They're just really nice cards. This is a Troy Glaus. You know, this again, it's like a $3 or $4 card. So, I mean, you know, they were tough pulls. The whole set's beautiful. And those are kind of things I pick up when I get a chance. And one of these days, I'm always going to try to get the Griffey. And then maybe do the whole set. So another vintage. This time it's football. 72 Gale Sayers PSA 8. I have this card a lot because when I go to Chicago and do some sports fest type shows, they sell. yeah, they sell really fast. All right. Here is, I'm not sure I'm going to show every one of these, but here's a lot of cards I picked up off eBay, and it's just a couple of Houser 16 Topps rookie cards. So it goes in the old Houser. Again, not really expensive, but you know, like I said, I'm trying to get the rainbows. I've already got this year's one of the Houser printing plates, so. But you know, it's just fun. It's just, you know, it's a cheap thing for me to put together. 63 Parkers, Gilles Tremblay, Giles, Gill. You know, I sometimes I like sets. I love the 63 Parker set, so I collect hockey a little bit, so I grabbed him. Again, not an expensive card, but sometimes you just collect cards that you like. You know, either you like the sets, or you just like, you know, the player, or you know, sometimes it just doesn't have to always make sense. Another vintage card coming up here. 64, Duke Snyder. I believe this is Duke's last card. He pretty much had gone off a cliff at this point. He batted .243 that year with 14 home runs, 45 RBIs, 350 at-bats. The year before, he only had 198 at-bats, so, or 188, it's hard to read. So yeah, I mean, you know, this is last year, I think, last card of Duke Snyder. I don't have him in my 64 Hall of Fame collection, so he goes in there. It's a nice card too. Let's see. So we've got a 2020. Looks like a mosaic Luka Doncic. You know, I was buying cards from a dealer, and I just saw this, you know, as I was looking at his stuff, and I just kind of impulse bought it. You know, this is Will to Win insert, I believe. It's just a cool looking card, and I went and grabbed it. You know, sometimes you just, again, you get cards. You know, I like Luka. I mean, I like to have more Luka cards, so that was obviously Luka's, you know, a big time star, and I wish I had more of his rookies. I have a few. You know, I'm sure everyone kind of wishes they would have gone back and bought some more back when they were somewhat reasonable. Now they've gone nuclear. Alright, so here is I bought a lot of these cards. Who knows? He's having a good start to his career. I grabbed a few rookies just to have them. Zach Gallen, got the pink, got the regular refractor, and got some base chromes. Yep, again, a little bit of a spec play. Just, yeah, grab some of his rookies. All right, we're getting closer to the end. Thanks for hanging in there if you've stayed this far. What do we got? We got a big old postcard. Oh man, this is, again, sometimes you buy cards. Now, so this is a pirate. So that's the only reason I got this card. It's a Pep Young 1936 National Chickle. These things are huge. Look at that card. I mean, it's like a massive card. It's a 5. But, you know, those are just cards you just don't see that often. They're not hugely popular, but it's a pirate. And, yeah, I collect pirates. So there he is. Yeah, that was, you know, me trying to just fill in, you know, more holes in the old pirate collection, you know. Obviously, you know, modern pirates aren't that fun to collect after, you know, I did collect a lot of those players like, you know, Tion, Cole, which, you know, Cole paid off. Taeyeon keeps getting hurt, so, you know, we'll see if that ever pays off. All right, last card. I don't even remember buying this card, so I guess I did. 1993 Ultra PSA 8 Jordan base. So yeah, I don't really, you know, I just bought it, obviously. Probably looking for Jordan inserts, and then I saw that and I was like, hey, that's a cool card. Grabbed it, and there you have it. And the last thing I have to open, because I think it's important to share, sort of, you know, get these cards in, how I store things. So I would say, guys, you know, like, you know, I just grabbed a whole bunch of these. So I just got, you know, here's the Beckett version of the Superior Fit. These are by far the best sleeves ever made. They fit the holders amazing well. So here's some 130 point Ultra Pros. Here's some 2120s. You know, with top loaders, so hard to find, I guess, today. Even though I did find 5 packages of top loaders at Walmart the other day. I guess I should have eBayed them and quadrupled or whatever my money, but I didn't. I kept them because I needed them. So here is this one is for PSA graded sports and gaming card holders. So PSA holder, and yeah. Now these are not, I don't think they're very expensive. You can get them in bulk. Again, here's some top loaders. Now this is a cool one, and I didn't know they had these booster pack for trading card ones. I have a lot of, or Beckett, I have a ton of booster packs from Magic the Gathering that I've been collecting over the years, and I've been trying to figure out how to store them and protect them. And I've got a system, but having a sleeve now that fits them is awesome, and I'm going to try it out, show you guys how that looks. But I've got a whole, I mean, I probably have 200 or 300 unopened packs of vintage Magic cards that I've got to find some way to display and keep. So yeah, so these Superior Fit sleeves, I'm going to use them. I got a whole little system. I think to the right you can see some of my one touches, and then I've got sleeves on top of the one touches that fit those one touches, and I get cards in. You know, I either put them in top loaders or one touches, or I sleeve up the holders if they're graded. So, you know, that is, I think it's just how we collect today. We don't want the holder scratched. At first, I really fought against it. I thought, you know, like holdering a holder sounds just stupid. But you know, the issue is, like with graded cards, especially the holder, you can't change it without paying more money. So protecting those PSA and SGC and BGS holders makes a lot of sense. But even on one touches and top loaders, like how often do you want to change those and make them look good? You know, changing that sleeve is very easy to do if they get damaged or get beat up. But, you know, just constantly changing holders is just not fun. So I get it. I think it's great that people have these better, you know, these better fit holders now. Really like them. And I use them. And you go to the website and order, I think they have some bulk discount. So yeah, that's the video for today. This whole opening of the mail. Hopefully, there's some cool cards in here. Obviously, my favorite card would be this card right here. I kind of talked about it a lot. You know, it is a big card for Griffey collectors. It's not the number one card, obviously. You know, it's not an embossed refractor, but you know, it's tough. It's numbered out of 100. It is, still on the Mariners uniform. It's double-sided refractor. I mean, it is die cut. You can see the die cuts right there. I mean, it's very close to that card in terms of coolness factor. So yeah, I've never had it before. I'm very excited to have it. I guess some other vintage cards. You saw me specking on a few newer players, some Trout, some more Griffeys, So hopefully you can tune in next time as I open more cards, show off my collection, discuss some more things about the hobby. And if you want to subscribe or like or comment, please comment on what cards you like the most. What cards of mine you want to see more of. I've not shown off too much of my collection. If you want to see something, like my Trouts, my Griffeys, more of my Griffeys, more of my vintage, my pirate collection, whatever. Let me know in the comments, and I'll try to make a video of it. So, hopeful to hear from you guys, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.